Welcome. I am Mary Mazur. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. This episode is Within You Lies the Power to Change Everything. Within you lies the power to change everything. So, we're going to be talking about the power you have within you, which is excellent in that you get to how do you activate this power? How do you use this power within you to make the changes that you're ready for? And that you actually get to have new experiences. You get to experience in a new way. You get to raise your vibration. You get to feel more peace, more joy, more harmony, the true love of who you are, and let your life flow and actually have fun and play. So that's the gift of changing your funk to fun, is with that K at the end of it, of the funk. It actually is the key to have yourself let yourself have more fun, because you actually can do this. You actually have a right to do this. This is your birthright. A lot of this all happens with your timing. So it is in the timing of your life and in your decision making. So this is what we're going to be touching into too. So with this idea that everything lies within you, like it's actually your power within you that is actually what's orchestrating your life right now, is a whole complete opposite of what we were taught for most of us growing up. Most of us were born in the objective reality experience that we believe we were separate from everything else, that, we are our own separate being, you're your own separate being, we all are separate. And even that we actually agreed to forget that we even forgot that we are a divine being here, that you actually, like the I am presence incarnation here as your unique self, that we're taught to believe, hey, we're just born here as humans and we are just humans, right? And then we go back to the dirt after we die. Many of us have been taught that. And then there also have been religions. Obviously there's quite a few religions out there in the world, and you might have been raised in one that helped also bring other philosophies and ideas too. So with this talk today, we want to honor you for however you were raised and however you're taught. And then we're going to invite you to begin questioning things. If you can become curious and you can begin to question things. And then the third one is, we wanted to invite for you that you actually check in within yourself, meaning, how does it feel? Your body actually will let you know, does this feel right? Does this not feel right? Does this feel good? Does this feel yes, like it's a yes, or it's no, or oh, I don't know. Right? We actually have mechanisms within our body systems that we also were not taught about either. And that's what this talk is, to help introduce you to that also. And in time, by the end of the talk, we'll talk about ways that you can come learn how to activate these, how to cultivate these parts within you and in your body, and how to help yourself and help yourself greatly, so that you can trust and know and grow in your intuition about the power that you actually have within you that is actually creating your outside life. So this talk is based on one of the next universal law principle that we are talking about in this series, and this is the law of correspondence. So what does that mean, law of correspondence? Okay, so corresponding. Imagine you're corresponding with somebody. You're going to be talking to them. You talk to them, they talk to you, you correspond, you exchange. It's this fluid flow essence, right? What correspondence is based on is the philosophy is as above, so below, or as within you, so without. And we would even say outside of you. So the same, what's going on within you is going to be expressed in your outside world. So that's what we'll be talking about today, which is a complete reversal of what most of us think is true, or even many people even believing true yet. And that's also what we'll be talking about today, is that you get to question everything so that you can redefine what your truths are within you, and even cultivate new truths within you that help you feel better, help your body feel better, help you be in full alignment of the true essence in relation to universal laws. So you now are going to be assisting yourself to align yourself in balance with how the universe works and operates, because you are a child of this universe. You are a child of Mother Gaia here. And how beautiful when you can actually, you have your philosophies and principles and ways of being that are in alignment with how the universe works. So this one is our gift to you of aligning yourself with the law of correspondence. Okay. So the first thing you can do is, one, we definitely recommend you open up some time for yourself in reflection, or you can call it contemplation, reflection, mindfulness. People can give it many terms. I like to say, can you give yourself some time? Can you check in with yourself and give yourself some time? And be brutally honest with yourself and really real. So open up 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Have a journal with you. You can even have things if you want to draw or color too, if you like doing that too. If you can, be in nature or near nature. Or if it's getting chilly or cold, then you can put some crystals by you, light a candle. Even having some some beautiful essential oils. Have it be beautiful. Have it be a beautiful experience for you. Okay. And once you do that, then we're going to ask you to have you ask some key questions within yourself, because this is the gift. You actually have the answers within you. You are actually a divine being here having a human experience. And by the end of the talk, we'll be help inviting you to, you can learn a transformational tool that can greatly help you with embodying that at the subconscious level of the mind, which means that becomes your truth, that becomes your true beingness, and you literally everything can change. And the key piece of that is to activate within you that yes, I am powerful as a divine being here, and that I get to access this power within me. This power is your love. It's a vibration of love connected with oneness that you actually are and a part of. And yet majority of us basically got corrupted, if I could offer that. We were born in a bit of corrupted beliefs or very survival based beliefs. Yeah, that were based on survival, and then just avoiding suffering, pains, things like that. It was a very low level of consciousness for majority of us born in the 20th century. And we did agree to come be born during this time. You actually volunteered to do this. Can you believe that? I did too. Because it's also one of the massive transformational times. Yeah, in a very long time, that's for sure, on this planet Earth. So it's actually the hero journey. Yes, we signed up for the hero journey. Yes, we did. Which means that we got embodied with having experiences that we felt wounded, we felt harmed or hurt, we felt very scared, we didn't feel safe here for a lot of us. And or that we didn't feel like we were loved just as we are. We were more of conditioned love, that I'll love you if you are this way, or if you do what I say, things like that. And so what we offer you here is to are you willing to admit it? That's the first thing. Are you willing to admit that you may have had some of those pieces in your life? Because I haven't found anyone who hasn't yet. That's for sure. And I will offer that I also embodied my mom's beliefs, because that's what we do. We embody our mom and dad's beliefs. And my mom was so huge and big about denial and acting like everything's just great, even when it's not. And I certainly did that too for a lot of my life, because that's just how I was conditioned. It was how I was programmed. And you may have been programmed like that too. If you did, it's okay. It was just a survival tactic or mechanism that we, I know my mom had to do to survive, and I certainly had to do to survive. Oh, well, the gift is that this lifetime, we don't have to just survive anymore. We actually get to master that and then leap into our personal power, connecting our personal power within us. And that's what this talk is about, so that you can vibrate and lift up into feeling the true love of who you are, expressing that love, living and experiencing that love, interconnecting with all parts of you, and then all loving parts that you can receive greatly here. That's the gift of living in abundance, living in flow and synchronicity. And living in the new world of the golden age of Aquarian age, and heaven on earth is what many will call it. So what I offer for people is those that still have a bit of a battlefield in their lives, that then means, because of the law of correspondence, that it's actually, that battlefield is actually happening within you in some way, to be able to go identify what those are and change those and heal those. Literally let you end it, let you stand strong to say, I am done with that. And that's a big one, is when you get to reflect like this, it is super important for you, yes, to connect with your power. So that's what we're going to definitely be giving you some pieces here that you can help yourself do that. And then with that, deciding, because that's actually where your power is. Your power is an ability to focus enough to decide what you want. What's the positives? How do you want your life to be? Letting yourself dream, letting yourself connect your heart to what excites you, what lets you be joyful, lets you be playful. How can you feel so free that you get to create the life that you truly desire. And then it will be key to identify where those blocks are, because many of us do have blocks, which I like to call the corruption that happened. It's like a gorgeous diamond, right, will be in the ground with all this corruption all around the diamond, the dark tar and coal and things like that. But when we get to use the fire within us and burn that off, and the water to cleanse it all in, and then even the air to move and to let it sparkle, let yourself radiate, and then ground yourself as a human here on earth, you get to activate your crystalline DNA within you. You get to activate your personal power that gets to activate your crystalline DNA, and you get to begin to sparkle, radiate, vibrate in the true love you are. And then that way your life then can begin to have more beautiful experiences in it than you've ever had before. So this is a huge, huge gift to you, and also to me, because I love talking about this stuff. And I'm glad you are here willing to listen to it. There you go. And that is my role here, is I am meant to express, what is coming through me, so that it can make a difference in your life too, because we are all here for each other too. You are equal and just as important as any kind of work that I'm doing, and then anyone else that you interact with too. So let yourself know that that's actually part of your personal power too. Okay. So I take a nice cleansing breath, nice breath in your nose, and then holding it gently at the top of your breath. Whew, and then letting it out slowly. Your breath is one of the key pieces that you can do too to help regulate yourself, help yourself calm down your nervous system. Many of us aren't able to activate the power within us. One, because we get very distracted in a bit of chaos, the chaos that may be in the world or the chaos that's in your life. Where there's too many things happening, or you might feel unsure or insecure or not as confident yet, or even comfortable even in your body and in your life and in your beingness. And so the work that I do helps people do this greatly, so that you can feel more confident, you can feel more comfortable in your beingness. Yes, I had a client actually just the other day that she actually worked exactly with that. Within herself. And so what I'm able to hold sacred space for people and ask them some key questions, and then offer them a tool. The dominant tool I'm using now is called Psych K. So Psych K stands for your psyche, your mind, your spirit, your soul. And the key is to unlock and activate your personal power. And that's what this talk is about. And so that you can actually change things. So a huge one here too is, in order to be able to activate and use the power within you and admit, yes, you are a powerful being, and you are the one, since you are the one creating everything in your life, you also can change whatever it is you don't like as best you can. If it's meant to be on your journey of life here and your purpose, then you'll be able to see the changes. And it is a journey. It's a navigating journey, because a lot of it we aren't even consciously aware of. Neuro research has done a ton of research on this. Dr. Bruce Lipton is a big proponent, and even Dr. Joe Dispenza, that only about 1 to 5% are we even conscious of. Most we're not even conscious of. So that's actually one of the biggest works you can do for yourself, is begin to become more conscious, begin to become more aware, which means begin to be a great noticer. If you can begin to notice things, and this is the balance of what Buddha taught, and with Jesus Christ teachings, that you get to connect with the love within yourself, and also allow yourself to be a witness to things. So instead of diving into the drama of life, or the chaos, or the painful suffering difficulties that many of us get pulled into, the moment you can recognize that you can become the observer of it, it can help shift your energy field within you. It can help you with connecting in with the power within you, which is actually a super huge thing for you to be able to do. And then in doing that, then you can begin to make new choices, because that's where your power is. Your power is in your choice making. You get free will choice. We each get free will choice. And you have a choice to choose love instead of fear, to choose an ability to connect within. And that's the gift, is connecting with your true essence. We call it your spirit, your true essence, who you really are. And then begin to help your human parts of you. So it's a whole different angle to work with, and do it in a loving, compassionate, kind, caring way, where most of us were taught to gut it out, be really hard on yourself, just keep judging yourself, or keep pushing, working really hard. That was the old way, and we're letting that go. The new way now is in love and in compassion and connection with all parts of you. And that's one of the biggest gifts you'll give yourself with connecting with the power within you, because the power within you is your true essence. It is your love. It is your connection with all knowingness. So you'll be able to open up channels within yourself to be able to guide yourself more wholeheartedly here. You actually have the power within you to change what you're ready for in your life, because that's the even more focused part about this. I'm sure there are things that you would love to change in the world. That's for sure. I think many of us get that quite easily. It's very easy for us to see what's not working, what isn't going right. It's easy for us to judge these things. Many of that actually is our human part of us, of navigating in this world. Because one, we are wired to keep ourselves alive and to survive at a foundational level. And then we also have a part of us that majority of us want to have a connection. So we like relations of things. Many of us want to feel good or feel important, know that we matter, know that we are loved, and know that we can make a difference. So that's the gift, is when you have the courage and willingness to begin to make changes in your life, then everything will begin to change. That's actually where your power lies the most potent, is within you, is at that crossroad or that checkpoint where if there's frustrations, difficulties, challenges, things you don't like in your life, that it actually moves you. It actually assists you into making positive changes. So what a gift actually all of it is, even though a lot of stuff is crappy and yucky, definitely. And we can get caught in different traps of just anger, resentment, yeah, even some people even want to, return back the anger and resentment in hateful ways or harmful ways. Catch yourself if you get caught in that, because that just is very, very hurtful parts within you. Let yourself connect into your power center. Your power center is right there by your solar plexus area, which is beautiful. That's the yellow part of you. And let yourself breathe. Let yourself recognize if you feel any of those. And that's a huge thing. Give yourself time to feel. So if something is bothering you, instead of denying it or avoiding it or acting like it's fine, or tucking it under the rug, hiding it, things like that. I know I certainly did all those things because that's what I was programmed in. Ooh, the gift is hey, can you admit that? Number one is, can you admit that there's things that are challenging you or frustrating you or bothering you, even if it's just a little bit out of balance, a little bit just not right? It's there for you. Okay. The sooner you can grab anything or label anything, identify anything that is out of alignment, the easier it will be for you to course correct it back into alignment. If you wait too long, or you keep denying it, avoiding it, or even for many, they'll use drugs and alcohol to fully escape, or to just get into the higher realms while they're on those substances, but then they crash back down again. That also can bring them to a spiritual awakening. You don't have to go to that extreme. Okay. Catch yourself if you're even lean into any of that, and ask, wow, is that how I want to live? Is that how I want my life? Or would I like my life to be where I can fully live? I can fully connect in, yes, to the spring well that's within you. You actually have an infinite connection to divinity, to Mother Gaia, that you can allow this golden elixir of love and light fill every cell of your body with the power of your love. The power of your love is like the engine within you. So it's the one that's woo-hoo-hoo, lets you make the choices, lets you move in the directions you want to go, or lets you say no and stop and learn how to have boundaries. Because that's also another important piece. Many of us that agreed and volunteered to come during this time sometimes don't know how to have very good boundaries. And I also have had to work with myself greatly with this, and I continue to. That's for sure. So if you overgive, overwork, overserve, sacrifice, martyring, things like that, it is a survival mechanism. And there's a book called 5 Personality Patterns, a beautiful book. It talks about one of those survival patterns of a merger, a compensating merger, where you're actually overconfident, where the self-reliant, I have to do everything myself. I have to just get out there and get it out. Parts of that are good, because the gift here, we want to help bring you back into balance within yourself. is that yes, it is important to be motivated to achieve things, to accomplish things, to share your gifts with the world. Absolutely, definitely, definitely, definitely. It's just, are you doing in balance where you're allowing yourself to love yourself first, to check in with yourself first before you do something? Does this feel right? Is this good, or does this feel right? But if you're doing something, because you are end up being people pleasing, where you just don't want to hurt somebody's feeling, you're doing it because you don't want to hurt somebody, or you're afraid that they might blow up, or react in a very reactive way, then those are signals for you. And the gift is you actually have the answer within you. You actually can do your own navigating journey within you. And like I said, we'll talk near the end of this talk, where you can get some beautiful support for this, because it actually is really nice to learn how to navigate in there with you, and to embody at the subconscious level of the mind, a new operating system, an operating system, one, right, that I can trust. I trust my intuition. I trust my internal guidance. I'm able to easily connect with the power source within me, and that's my connection with my true essence, the connection with divinity, Mother Gaia, and her beautiful nature of how nature operates, things like that. So these are all inner guidance mechanisms that we are now being called to activate and to cultivate and to grow, and let it become our new way. These are like, we're becoming new humans here, which is actually really exciting, very exciting. And we want to encourage you to want to be able to do this within yourself. Because if you keep going to doing the same patterns with the same habits, the things you're not very happy with, you're going to keep getting those same results, even until it goes into a catastrophe. So instead, catch those if you are leaning or having those things happen to you, and switch it. Say, all right, I admit that this is bothering me. I admit that this is challenging or difficult or hard. And you get to stand in and decide, say, something has to change. That is one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself. Let yourself stand strong. Let yourself say, yes, I can do something about this. I could, by making a change, by doing something different, doing something new. You may not know what that is yet, or where you're going to go, how you're going to get the help. Just by calling that out, you're going to be amazed what's going to be magnetized to you. Like a talk like this. Yay! Because I know for me, with my story, is at the time I was married, and my husband at the time got very sick with an illness, and that's what led me to actually do the spiritual work that I do now. And I would have never imagined that to happen. So there's a saying here that says, life takes you to unexpected places. That is for sure. And love brings you home. So let your love bring you home, back into your heart, back into, you have a truth within you. You have a knowingness within you. You know what to do that's right or that feels good. But yet you might not be living in that way yet. Okay. I've been diving into a bit what's called gene keys. So we do recommend, go look up gene keys, Gene, and then keys, Keys. Beautiful. Richard Rudd has done such beautiful work with this, that if you know your birth day and time, if you know the time of your birth and the location, we actually created, believe this or not, before we came here, our astrology, right? So we have our astrology chart. Well, now and there's a human design system, which is also beautiful to look into. And this other system called Gene Keys. So I'll offer to you my life work of the Gene Key is Gene Key 50. And what that means is that I help uh, I discover within my own self, because since everything's happening within me, whatever I embody within me of corruption, and that actually in the outside world, where do I see corruption or feel corruption, or things that are corrupt, things that just definitely are not right. It doesn't feel right, and it doesn't, no, not at all. And then I help to bring in the gift of equilibrium. So the gift of equilibrium is bringing back the balance of things again. And I take full responsibility to do that within myself. So anything that I feel out of balance about, I do open up time to reflect. So, and I ask key questions. So what is this here for me for? Because this is actually here for me for something. And it is good if you want to work with others too, because sometimes having a friend or even a facilitator or someone that can help assist you, that's also excellent to do. And I also do that too. But I would check into, where am I might be out of balance, where I'm not in my equilibrium. Like the symbol of the yin and the yang, the center point in the middle is that equilibrium. It's that balance. Okay. My with my astrology, my sun is in Libra and my moon is in Libra, so I'm all about the balance of that beautiful fulcrum, right? There is a fulcrum, and this is how life is. Like you say, life will bring you unexpected things. We are meant to have surprises in our life because we don't know what's going to happen in the next moment. None of us do. Not at all. We have intuition. We can have a sense of something, and that's great to cultivate and definitely be very aware of and tap into, and highly encourage that to grow greatly. And life is meant to be exciting. It's meant to be an adventure. And there's actually infinite possibilities. So there's lots of things that could happen. That's for sure. The gift comes in is with, talk about with the law of correspondence. What is your heart desiring now? What would you love to have happen? And wherever your focus is or attention, then that's more of what's going to come. So if your attention is in negative, or what you're afraid of, or what you exactly don't want, and you keep mulling on that with your thoughts, with your vibration, with your feelings of all of that, then you're actually going to be experiencing more of that. Believe it or not. Yeah. Whew. So the catch here is catch yourself if you're doing it. Catch yourself if you're doing it. And let yourself breathe. Let yourself pause. Connect in within your body. And then connect, especially connecting into your heart. And then asking yourself, well, how would I rather be instead of that? It's a powerful question you can give yourself. What we do with assisting people with Psyche, you can come to my workshop. I'll share at the end when my workshops are coming up, that you actually learn this tool for your own self, and that's a huge gift. You get to cultivate this within yourself, that you literally will be able to connect into the spirit part of you and be able to make changes at the subconscious level within you, which is the recorder part of you. There's a part of you that records everything, all your experiences, all your interpretations of your experiences. And majority of us, our lives are running from that law of correspondence, from the programs that you embodied, especially those first 7 years of life. And then even as your life continues, many times it will keep repeating and enhance those things. And even things that you really don't like, cruddy things, you're like, why does that keep showing up? Like some people might say, gosh, I just procrastinate all the time. I just taught a workshop this past weekend in Indiana, and there's a woman there that was her pattern throughout her life, that she would procrastinate. And what she realized in the workshop, which was beautiful, is that she learned to freeze. She was in the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. So she did the freeze, where she just stopped. She'd just be frozen and not move and not do anything and not make a decision. So she learned how to not do stuff, or I can't do that. But that is really impinged on her life greatly. So with learning Psyche, she was able to make massive changes. She's letting herself dream. She's letting herself play where she never did that ago. She's feeling safe, because that's a huge one. If your subconscious doesn't believe you're safe, then you're going to be very guarded. You'll have your wall up against your heart. It's going to affect your relationships, your finances, your success levels, all of those things. It's imperative that you can let yourself know at the subconscious level, within the power within you, that I am safe, I am important here, I am loved here, and I matter, and that I'm here to contribute and share my gifts, because you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And you have your own unique ones that nobody else is meant to be offering or do. You're the one. You're the one that's meant to do that. And you get to find out what gets you passionate about it. What would you love to? What would bring you joy? What would bring you that excitement? What would light you up? And this is for you. There's another gentleman that came to my workshop, that same thing. He's been doing all these different jobs. He's not very happy in any of those jobs, but he wants to start his own spice company. So with the gift of Psyche, he's going to be able to do that now, because he changed the programs at the subconscious level that was blocking him from doing that. So I'm forever excited, because I know I get to share my gifts by teaching this powerful tool for all those who are ready. You have the answers within you. You have the power within you. It is your life. This is your reality. And you have the birthright to make any changes that you're ready for, as long as it's on your path of your life, as long as it's good for you and for all. We are here to do no harm here at all. We are here to actually bring in the good. And this is the potent time right now. Activating and living the new earth experience, the heaven on earth, the joy, the peace, the harmony. Yes. And if you are having some challenges or some frustrations, difficulties, or blocks, that actually is all here for you too. Because we agree to be human. We agree to be born with basically like a virus. It's funny how the whole virus theme got thrown in there the last 4 years. But imagine that we got pretty much corrupted, or embodied with false beliefs and distorted beliefs based on survival, based on just what the beliefs were and culture was at the time. Meaning, like maybe somebody was raised where they were very suspicious. They couldn't trust themselves or others, or also believe that you are only human, that you're not actually a divine being, just having this human experience. Or many in the religious culture saying you're a sinner or not good enough or something's wrong with you or lack of worthiness, unworthy to actually make a change or make a difference. These were actually embodiments that we agreed to embody in these times for the contrasting experience, to actually, all right, see how that's working out for us. But for many people, it affected our relationships. Many people don't have the loving relationships that they would love to have. Even the finances, many people are living in lack and scarcity, or just feeling pinched by money, or feeling like they don't have enough, or are scared that they aren't going to make enough, things like that. Yeah, and then even their purpose, that they don't realize that they are a vital part, a vital piece here in this planet. You are a vital piece to this world, to this planet, and you're meant to connect and discover who you are. That's another big one. Most of us don't actually really even know who we are or even why we're here. What is our full purpose here? These are huge pieces to cultivate within our own selves. This is called personal development, called self-realization. It is the awakening age. So listening to this talk means you are interested in awakening, or awakening to your next level. And we welcome you for that. Yay. And my daughter has a bumper sticker that says, boldly going nowhere. So I'd love to offer that be bold about it, be all in, stand strong, let yourself get very clear of what you do want, how you want your life to live, and then you make a decision. So you admit if there's things that are blocking you from all that. Make a decision, say, I'm going to make a change. I've got to do something different. Otherwise, you're not going to get different results. So decide to make a new change. And then let yourself jump into those opportunities. Come to a workshop like I offer with the Psyche workshop. And my friend and I are actually creating new material. We'll talk near the end. When you go to my website, you can get my newsletter, and then you'll be hearing the new material probably be coming out by December. There is so much here for you. Everything is here for you that can help you. You have the answers within you. It's up to you. You're the one that needs to decide, yeah, I am ready to make the change. It can be scary. So with this corruption comes fear, right? Fear has been what's been keeping us small, or keeping us limited from the true power of who we are. And the gift is just recognize it. When you can recognize, oh, that's just fear. Oh, that's just the limiting beliefs that I was embodied with. Okay, excellent. The gift is then you get to actually begin to change these and bring yourself back to your equilibrium again, which means you get to become more balanced within the masculine, feminine sides with you, and with your divine part of you and your human part of you. The gift and the answer is get back to the center, get back to the middle of the river. So the river can allow you to flow to where you want to go. Most of us are kicking hard upstream, or, getting caught on the edges, getting stuck in different ruts and stuff like that. Get back into the flow again. And the flow is your connection within you and your personal power, and the connection into your heart center. Those are two very important pieces that you actually have within you, because you actually do have the answers within you. And you have all the help and supports. But if you have a belief at the subconscious level that you can't receive those supports, like you have to do everything yourself, it will block those. It did that for me. And with the gift of Psyche, I was able to remove that block at the subconscious and then insert. Yes, I easily received that. So I'm so grateful for all the help and all the support that I get to have. That's that equilibrium. It's you learning to flow, be that fulcrum right in the center, and then let yourself flow. Yes, we are going to be experiencing surprises and challenges and unexpected things with life. But the gift is, it doesn't have to be scary and horrible anymore. You can stand in your power and say, I'm done with that. I am done with suffering. I am done with pain. I am done with those old connections. And getting supports and helps, I do facilitate, and there's others that facilitate too, to help assist you with making those changes. Many of us have brought in stuff from our ancestry lineage, which you can call the corruption, right? Some might call it a curse, or just negative patterns, or things that have really limited them. It could even be with health condition, relationship issues, financial issues, things like that. You get to change these things. Yes, you do. And listening to this talk, I hope it inspires you, which means you get to connect in with your spirit and say, yes, I get to change these things. You will need to begin one at a time. They're all interconnected. So that's the great part. The thing is let yourself focus in on the biggest issue. The biggest issue is there because it's the biggest issue for you. There's a reason why it's jumping up in your face. Okay. Yay. Yes, 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 yes. And exactly. Connect into the power. That's what we keep saying with you, which means you're gonna remember who you are. Allow yourself to even speak in the good things. We're meant to express from our heart out to our mouths that, and it's in a vibration. So it's in a level of vibration of your truth, of a knowingness that's flowing through you. We are flowing with energy beings here. Let it flow. If you're getting caught up or you're stuck in your mind and you're just in concepts or thinking, catch yourself. If you are, connect back to your heart. How does this feel? Speak from your heart. Speak from what feels right for you. Speak from your truth. These are ways to strengthen the power within you. And then in time, this is going to lift you into flowing in harmony. Harmony is such a precious energy. It's such a precious way to be. And you can ask yourself, how much am I in harmony within me? And then what pieces are in disharmony? Where am I still in conflict with? What am I still holding on to anger about, or resentment, or even sorrow, sadness, shame, guilt, things like that? Those are just contracted energy experiences. And those are actually there for you. They're just the human experience that you agreed to experience because you did. Because if you're feeling it, or you can access it, or you can bring it up, then there's something there for you. Use it like compost. You can actually shift it to transmute it, alchemize it back to your full expansion of your true self, which is the harmony. When you get to be in harmony with your own self and in relation to everything else and everyone else in this world, you'll be amazed how much you'll be able to flow, how much you'll be able to bring in the good, experience the good, let yourself begin to actually activate even your innocence. Let yourself play again. We are meant to have this world be like a playground, if you would so choose. I know that's how I'd love to live. Yes, and we get to say goodbye to that battlefield or the pirate ships or just a scary, scary times. No, what would you love? What would you love to experience? What would you love to bring into your life? What matters to you the most? These are some crucial questions to ask yourself. You have the answer within you. It's unique for you. It might be common for a lot of people, that's for sure. And you might have your own unique stuff, and loving that, loving you. And that's actually one of the biggest gifts you're going to do with activating the power within you. So, because within you is where all the power lies to be able to make any change that you're ready for in your life. So you can experience in a new positive way is that self-love. So the harmony, when you are able to transmute the corruption or the distorted beliefs that many of us received, and connecting to your knowingness, connecting into the truth and what feels right within you, that will then assist you into becoming more balanced and integrated in that equilibrium, right? Allowing yourself to flow with the harmony of how you would love to live your life. And then how amazing you may, have some time to write down some goals that you would love to accomplish. And then you will need to go do that. Go put it in your life. That's that inspired action. We're going to be talking about inspired action in another couple of weeks. But we are physical beings. We're meant to actually, whatever ideas we have and whatever creations we want to do is to actually bring it in real time here to go experience it, to go offer it, to go do that. And you can. You are actually a genius. Did you know that? I know I wasn't taught that, definitely growing up. My sister was told she was. How funny is that? Yet I know I am now because I know we all are. I know that we can have access to the all-knowing, and we may do it in our own unique ways. My son is a sacred sage here on this planet, 25 years old, my son Chris, and he was born with the extra chromosome, the divine chromosome that the world calls Down syndrome, which is actually an up syndrome because he actually is love, which is amazing. And he's a genius. He is so amazing. And yes, he may not be a rocket scientist, that's for sure, but his connection with people, his love, his flow, and he does what he loves. He loves parkour. He loves making videos. He's teaching me how to do things with social media and videos because he isn't stuck in fear or stuck in any corruption. No, he lives in equilibrium. He lives in the harmony with his own self, and how he would like to share himself with the world. So I love, and I'm so grateful. And I have 3 daughters, and they're amazing too. I love every single one of my children. They're now all adults. What a gift! What a gift that each one has their own preciousness. And so do you. You have a preciousness within you. Discover what your gifts are. Discover what your talents are. Discover what do you love to do naturally? What lights you up? What helps you come alive? And that's what you're meant to be sharing with the world. It's as easy as that. And yes, if you're stuck into a job just to pay the bills, okay, that's the reality check there. Begin to make new changes. Begin to do something different so you can experience it in a new way, so you can reach back into your equilibrium again. Feel good about what you're doing with your time. Your time is one of your most precious assets here, because we take our first breath, we live our lives here, and then we take our last breaths here. So we each have a time uh, amount for our lives. And yeah, let yourself discover, what is it? What are my gifts? Go ahead and research the gene keys. The gene keys are awesome. And you can get some more information that may help you with that also. There's so much here for you. And that's the biggest gift. Within you lies the power to change everything. Yes. Because when you get to change from fear to love, connect with your power within you and connect with the love within you, you will be amazed the difference that can start happening in your life. Yes. And then you'll need to go experience that, go bring it out into your life. So some important things that will be helpful for you to do is, one, admit when you're having any challenges or difficulties or blocks. And you can even journal it, write it down. Or if you have a close friend that you guys can have a good discussion with this with, and then decide to make the change. That's everything. That's the courage and the willingness to say something has to change. Something has to change. You can connect into your heart and discover, what would you love to have? How would you like it to be in a new way? What would you like to stop or end and say, I'm done with? And then what do you want to replace it with? What do you want to put in there with it? You have the answers within you. Yes, you do. And then go receive the help to assist you. What I offer for people is you can have one-on-one sessions that help you. I get to connect in with your spirit part of you. Your spirit gets to actually talk through me, and you come up with what you would love to have, and making sure it's perfect just for you. Then you'll be able to actually make the changes at the subconscious level of the mind, which is actually 95% of everything comes from our habits and those programs. So you get to upgrade those programs. So yes, you can bring in more of a life of ease, of flow, of that harmony, that equilibrium within you. You get to end the conflicts within you. And yeah, bring in the playfulness, bring in your innocence again. Let yourself be reborn again. Let yourself birth your true essence. These are the things that I help assist people with. If you want to check out my website, my website is igniteandhealyourlife.com. That's igniteandhealyourlife.com. I also am one of the certified Psyche instructors. There's about 30 of us across the world. So I'm teaching some online classes that are coming up in November, December, and January. So you get to learn this from the comforts of your own home. You will learn a very powerful transformational tool that allows you to transform perceptions in a new way within minutes. And then you also get to upgrade your subconscious, which is going to be helping you activate your personal power, unlock that, and utilize it. Let yourself vibrate higher from your love and connecting in with your spirit. So many beautiful pieces that you get to do for yourself. So November 8th through the 10th, it's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. If December is better, December 6th through the 8th, and then January 24th to the 26th. I'll be teaching in person that workshop in a more expanded way in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in February 28th and March 2nd. So on my website, you'll be able to see that, dive into that. Dr. Bruce Lipton is a huge proponent of Psyche because it helped transform his life. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, many of these beautiful scientists are giving their thumbs up with that. and when you go to my website, if you click into say yes to receiving my updates and newsletters, then you'll be learning about even the new material that's coming in. Our spirit team is helping assist us with to help working with your heart center and your power center and activating these key pieces within your body. You have a sacred center. It's amazing. And that yeah, you get to utilize these tools within you, so you get to transform your life, you get to enhance your life, you get to live your highest life, share your gifts with the world, be amazed how amazing you really can live in joy and play and bliss even, and be amazed, live with abundance in all aspects of your life, sharing your heart in such potent, powerful ways. This is here for you. It's up to you. You have to be the one that decides. You have to the one that admits it, that you're ready for the changes, decide to make the change, and then begin to go making that change and receive these beautiful, beautiful transformational spiritual tools that are here for you. Yes, they are. And I love it. I love the giftings that I'm able to share with the world. I'm forever grateful. And I want you to have this great life too with that. So it has been a joy to have you on this show today. Let yourself go laugh, let yourself smile, laugh, giggle, go play, go do something new, go do something different that you haven't done before. Maybe take a different drive or a different drink or a different way you're going to respond. Begin to feel new changes. We're meant to have new experiences. You're meant to fully access the joy and the love that you are. And we welcome this for you. Have a beautiful day. Aho.